Hello, class. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting transfer updates. We begin with Eric Garcia as the 22-year-old Barca talent tells Xavi he wants a loan exit. Girona likely destination for the player. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Lamine Yamal, as Barcelona are freaking out over La Masia gem, drawing Messi comparisons. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With mere days left in the transfer window, Barcelona are picking up pace in the market. In addition to eyeing new recruitments, departures are deemed essential owing to the delicate financial situation the Catalans are embroiled in. Now, one of the players who seems to be losing prominence in the pecking order is Eric Garcia, and he may be bidding the Blaugrana farewell shortly. And according to Gerard Romero, Barca and the entourage of Eric Garcia plan to meet soon, with a topic of discussion expected to be the player's future at the club. Following the arrival of Inigo Martinez and the meteoric rise of centre-backs from Barca Athletic, Garcia is bound to face competition in the squad, and minutes are thus unlikely to be handed out in abundance. For a 22-year-old needing game time to ensure development, such a setting arguably does not bode well. As such, Barcelona are likely to discuss the Spaniard's loan deal instead of him warming the bench for the majority of the season. As per the report, it's beginning to look like Girona are best placed to sign Eric Garcia. The centre back does appear open to the idea, given his reduced importance at Barcelona and the opportunity to regularly feature for the Spanish side. A few days before the market shuts down, Girona's interest is beginning to pick up steam. However, Xavi does not intend to lose Garcia, a player he values permanently, and thus the idea of a loan deal is being discussed. Days have passed since the talks began, and while Girona is not fully hopeful, Barca believes that the operation can end very soon, as Barca's internal talks with Garcia will potentially define the outcome of the deal. With Barca and Girona pushing for an agreement, Tony Juan Marti of Sport has come out to explain that Garcia has already spoken to Xavi about his desire to leave temporarily. The player is eager to play more minutes, and Girona offers an environment not too dissimilar to Barca's. Reports that Eric Garcia has already expressed a desire to leave to Xavi Hernandez imply the meeting with the Blaugrana hierarchy will come down to a mutual solution soon. Of course, Eric Garcia has been mentioned quite a good number of times in transfer speculations in recent days, as the player realizes that staying at Barcelona at this point will do him no good. Because analyzing the whole situation, we come to see that there are a lot of centre backs now. I think already we have one of the best centre back combinations now in Europe, quality centre backs now, and of course Players like Eric Garcia should know that for him to break through to become an important player at the center back will be so difficult. Of course, despite the report saying Xavi still values Eric Garcia, but let's be honest, Eric Garcia is not that player that you can count upon to be your starter week in, week out. Of course, even though players like Ronald Araujo are injured right now, but we still don't see Eric Garcia playing, which tells you a lot. Of course, since signing in 2021, the former Manchester City centre-back Eric Garcia has failed to impress the onlookers. Of course, many Barca faithfuls have been, frustrated about his his error-prone nature, and of course, he has not been that player that we thought he could have been when he joined the club some 2 years ago. And it doesn't come as a surprise at all that he is being linked with a departure. Girona are reportedly the club showing serious interest in the player as we head towards the end of the transfer window. It doesn't come as a surprise to me that Eric Garcia might leave before the window slams to close. So reports are saying there are internal discussions within the Barcelona camp, between the club and the players' representatives, talking about his future because he's still 22 years old and he knows that staying at Barca will not give him that opportunity to develop his career at his young age. We have Jules Koundé, we have Araujo, we have Inigo Martinez, we have Christensen. So it is going to be very difficult, for him to stay at Barca because the centre backs that we have are more qualitative than him, with all due respect, and definitely he knows for sure that he will hardly be counted upon so long as he stays as a Barca player. Then on to the final story of discussion. After a dreary draw against Getafe, Barca recovered their footing in La Liga and secured back-to-back wins against Cadiz and Villarreal. Why the back-to-back victories could be attributed to various reasons. One of the biggest driving factors behind those wins was the inclusion of Lamine Yamal. Yamal made his first two starts, for the Spanish top flight, but played with a sense of maturity that belied his years. Now, according to Alex Pintanel, Barca share an unanimous consensus that Yamal is one of the biggest talents at the club, so much so that comparisons are being drawn with the legendary Lionel Messi. As per the report, Barca are freaking out with the talents displayed by Yamal and believe they do not remember anyone like him since Messi, who needs no introduction to this widely acclaimed talent and trophy cabinet. While it is still early days, Yamal has been one of Barca's most threatening offensive players owing to his wide range of skills. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.